But on the flip side, with Miami Heat, I feel that their X Factor might be quite surprising, but I feel like their X Factor within the team is, what is up guys? Welcome to my channel, Psycho Pass Shoot Score, your channel for anything sports, sports psychology and anime. So if you like any of those topics, hit that subscribe button. And as you guys can read in the title, the NBA Finals has been confirmed. We got the Miami Heat led by Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo versus LeBron, AD and the Lakers. It's going to be a really interesting matchup, and let's get on with some predictions, some strength of both sides, and who is actually going to win the 2020 NBA Championship. So to start off with, let's start with the Miami Heat. Led by Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, they've run rampant over the Eastern Conference. I think the series in which I really believed in Jimmy and the Heat that they could really go for and compete for a championship is that series versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee were a really good team. They were strong, guns blazing in that series. But then within that series, we really saw that the Heat not only held their own, but they were actually dominating. And then once Giannis went down with that injury, it was only a matter of time before they actually wrapped up that series. But I think from that series on, we really saw, and I really just believed that they could actually get this far. And you can see that some of their physical strengths, for example, their shooting, they have some amazing shooters in the rookie Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. They are a really good backcourt, and together they are snipers. So I really feel that that's not only helped them keep in the game, but that's also helped them just win games and progress on. This is a really deep team led by Erik Spoelstra, a really good coach, great coach, really understands the game, really understands ways in which to pick apart the defense, and you can see that in just how they overall just play some amazing team basketball. It's not a case of just one star player just taking over. They really do a great job in running different sets, different picks, different screens, different cut-in, just overall just great basketball to see, and just really fun to kind of see that anyone can score. If you're open, shoot it. And that's a really great coaching style which has been implemented within the team overall. You can really see kind of psychologically they have a great level of team confidence and team cohesion, and you can see that in the fact that everyone's just confident on the ball or off the ball and just knowing their roles. You can see for example in games where Tyler Hero just erupted, but then everyone had the confidence in kind of giving him the ball instead of just thinking, oh, he's a rookie, don't pass him the ball, just let him catch and shoot. And so those areas have really shown itself in the whole duration of this kind of NBA playoffs in the bubble. And I feel like that is kind of a psychological reason why they're in the finals. Another type of kind of psychological thing, not just within the team, but within the organization in general, is that famous Heat culture led by Pat Riley, that whole mindset of, you know, we are all kind of working together. None of us were drafted high, none of us were kind of highly respected, but we really had to get out of the mud.
Because when you look at this Miami Heat culture, they got it out the mud.
We really had to kind of work hard, compete at every stage of our career to kind of get to this level, and there's no fear, always competing. That type of mentality led by Pat Riley and just woven into the culture of Heat. You can just really see that on the court, just the way they play, the way they really get into each other, the way they believe in each other. It's all fostered from that Heat culture of no fear, no matter who you're playing against. And so moving on to the LA Lakers, the team that a lot of people believed that they were destined to kind of get to this stage and win the finals. Some people picked the Clippers, but yeah, they were terribly wrong. The Lakers have been performing really well within these playoffs. At the start of the bubble, a lot of people were really concerned about them, didn't think that they would really do well, especially in that Portland series. A lot of people were really saying that Portland could upset them, but we all saw what happened there. LeBron-led Lakers, they have just been dominating as the playoffs has kind of progressed. You can really see that they've developed and they've really just clicked a lot more, similar to that style of play that they showed in early March, just before the NBA kind of locked everything down. That you can see that they're definitely back to that ability level. And I feel that they're back to this ability level led by the best duo in basketball, in my opinion, AD and LeBron, dominating from the inside and it out with their playmaking abilities. You really saw a difference when Rondo came back, and it wasn't just regular Rondo, it was playoff Rondo. Rondo has been amazing, really allowing LeBron to kind of relax a little bit, really allowing everyone else on the team, whether it's that second unit or whether it's the 3-point shooters, to just feel more comfortable doing their role on the team. And I feel like his leadership abilities has really helped the team, not only offensively, but defensively, that great defense. I think that defense was definitely one of the top in the NBA, and they've showcased it throughout the kind of playoffs. In addition to those kind of physical skills, we really can see a lot of their psychological skills, and it kind of comes back to similar what I was saying before about that chemistry. They have a high level of chemistry. Everybody understands their role in the team. Everyone understands what they need to do to help impact the game, and that comes from a sound level of chemistry. It of course helps that you have LeBron, the amazing playmaker he is, but then it's not just from him. It's from playoff Rondo, it's from AD understanding that when he's in a certain position, he knows what to do, whether that's a screen, go for a bucket, or contest a shot on defense. They all understand their roles, and they all click together, developing that chemistry to then produce the performances that they do. And I feel another psychological area that goes really well with their kind of chemistry is their championship mentality. They have so many people who have been in this kind of situation before, from LeBron to Dwight Howard, J.R. Smith, Rondo, Quinn Cook, JaVale McGee. So many different players at different positions have been in these situations within the finals, whether they're winning or whether they're losing in the finals, or whether they have to come back, or whether they do something disastrous in the finals. J.R. Smith. They've all been in amazing, different, unique situations within the finals themselves, and I feel like that has fostered the championship mentality that they have, and that's definitely going to help them within the finals against this Heat team, which are really not that experienced within the finals. It's only, I think Udonis Haslem is the only person who's been in the finals before, and in the past couple of times he was in the finals, he didn't play that much. And so the championship experience at this level is really far, and that could be a potential area as to why the Lakers win it over the Heat. I feel some other areas which can definitely play an impact and are definitely kind of the X factors between both teams. Looking at the Lakers first, I feel like their X factor is Danny Green. If you really think about it, Danny Green hasn't been shooting that well in the playoffs, and he was considered a sniper. We saw him in San Antonio against LeBron and the Heat when he just erupted in that finals. We saw him in Toronto last season really playing well as that type of 3 and D type player. But in this playoffs, his shot has been kind of off, and defensively he's been kind of okay. But then I feel if he steps it up and he's not even shooting amazingly, but just shooting at the level that he normally shoots at, as well as playing that great defense that he normally does, that would definitely help the Lakers in just destroying the kind of Miami Heat and really kind of putting them ahead and potentially even sweeping them. But on the flip side, with Miami Heat, I feel that their X factor might be quite surprising, but I feel like their X factor within the team is Jimmy Butler. We can see in the playoffs that yes, he's been playing really well, but then he's more been type of a playmaker, like in the first 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter he kind of steps it up and tries to score a lot more and kind of lives up to that name, Jimmy G Buckets. But that's more kind of in the 4th quarter. And although he is playing at a star level, for Miami to have a fighter's chance within this finals, Jimmy Butler has to play at a superstar level. And I feel that kind of looks like within his game, not just waiting for the 4th quarter to be aggressive and getting those buckets, but starting that through quarter 1 all the way throughout the match, as well as doing the playmaking that he's been doing, as well as the great defense he's been doing. So it's really ramping it up scoring wise, and I feel that will then elevate his game to that superstar level and definitely give Miami a great chance within this final. And so as the kind of build up for the finals has begun and now more people are getting a lot hyped, I saw some hilarious tweets on Twitter, some funny things, some interesting things that people popped up which I didn't really think of until kind of reading them. So I definitely want to kind of react to them. And so one account said, Wolves, Bulls and Sixers seeing Jimmy make the NBA finals. That is so true. Jimmy Butler got that label of being type of reckless, not really good in the team, but you can really see it wasn't really a case of him personally. It was more finding that fit for him, and he found that fit in Heat. He found it in that culture, and you can really see that his ability can lift his team towards getting to an NBA Finals, which a lot of stars, even some superstars, can't even say that. He's actually someone who's elevated the team towards getting to that NBA Finals. There was another tweet saying Andre Iguodala is heading to his 6th straight NBA Finals. That is so true. And this was the guy who spent like half the season just chilling, got the Grizzlies vexed. They were so mad, they really wanted to play him again. But you can see he actually made a really good choice. A lot of people were saying that he would pick either the Clippers or maybe pick the Lakers, but he just surprised everyone with picking the Miami Heat. And a lot of people kind of trashed him about that, thinking that they wouldn't get far, but I guess he's the last person laughing. He definitely picked a good kind of team, and he's definitely helped impact them with that veteran experience. And he's actually another person that's been in the finals as well. I completely forgot about him. Yeah, he's someone that's been in the finals as well, him and Udonis Haslem. So definitely his championship experience, him playing against LeBron so many times, that's definitely going to help the Miami Heat. So we'll see. And then another tweet said Antetokounmpo vs Leonard in the finals, just like we expected. Yeah, everyone was saying that it was going to be Clippers versus the Bucks, and so it was going to be a major matchup between Giannis and Kawhi Leonard, but that didn't happen, and these teams really didn't have a great season, and it could have repercussions to what the Clippers and what the Bucks do in the future, whether their superstars kind of stay with them or what actually happens. And so it was really surprising. But you could see that Giannis's little brother, and not Kawhi's brother or anything, but Myers Leonard, is in the finals. So we are getting that Antetokounmpo Leonard final, and so whoever predicted it, you were a little bit right. But that ends today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Looking at the NBA Finals from some physical and some psychological kind of strengths and weaknesses. My prediction, I feel Lakers are going to win it. Lakers in 6. It's not really surprising. I'm sure a lot of people are giving Lakers that favor. My reasoning is more towards that kind of psychological side that I was saying. That championship experience, that championship kind of mentality throughout the whole roster through multiple different positions. I feel like that's just going to play a major part in how these teams perform. And I feel it's going to be Lakers in 6. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. I do content just like this, sports psychology, and some anime content. So feel free to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.